Hey Neil, how's it going, buddy? You know Haley's birthday's coming up, right? I don't want you to miss it. Oh, hey Frank. Yeah, thanks, I haven't forgotten my wife's birthday. We're all going out to her favorite restaurant for dinner this weekend. Did you want to do anything to celebrate with us? Haley has the whole weekend free, so you and Pat could come over here on Saturday if you like. Oh, that sounds great. I'll speak to Pat about it. We're always very busy at weekends, but we might be able to figure something out. But how about the game last night, huh? Did you catch it? No, I missed it. I was working late. I've been so busy recently. Oh, that's a shame. You really missed something special. It was a nail-biter right down to the last innings. You'll be at all of Kirsten's games on Sunday though, right? I know it's Haley's birthday weekend, but Kirsten is one of the star players. We'd be lost without her. And baseball is not softball, as we all know. So when your daughter is playing, you really need to be there. When have you ever known me to miss one of Kirsten's games, Frank? Surely you know me well enough by now. Haley and I have a rule because she works most weekends. I'm the one who has to make it to Kirsten's games. And if I don't go, who's gonna bring her home and get her showered in time so that she can go to her art class? But it's all good this weekend because we're both off of work, so Haley and I will both be there supporting. Oh, do you really think it's a good idea for Haley to come along as well? Last time she came to a game, some of the girls were really distracted. I'm very proud that my daughter is one of the national softball team coaches, of course, but it has its negatives. Whenever she comes to one of our games, I worry that the other coaches might think that we're getting specialist advice. And it makes the girls nervous to think she might scout them for trials or something like that. But haven't you explained to the girls that she doesn't have the authority to recommend players for the junior teams? And I don't think it matters if Haley gives her advice anyway. The way the team plays is ultimately up to them. I don't think you can stop your daughter attending her own daughter's games just because you think it might offend the other coaches. She isn't doing anything wrong. Besides, I'm the one helping you coach the team, not Haley. I realize that, Neil, but people will always see Haley and assume she's advising too. That's the kind of standing she has in the game. Actually, I know you help with coaching, but I often wonder if there might be a little more that you can do to encourage Kirsten to follow in her mom's footsteps. You know, Haley could have had an amazing career as a softball player if she hadn't been injured in college. She was on track to become a very successful player. Yes, I know, but we can't force Kirsten into making choices for her parents or her grandparents' sake, Frank. Surely you understand that. Kirsten is happy playing softball recreationally. She enjoys training and the weekend matches. But she has other interests too. That's why she doesn't spend all of her time focused on fitness and softball skills like you've told me you want her to. She's also doing great in school, and I think it's a very good idea for her to split her time between sports, hobbies, and schoolwork. Even if she did focus on softball, there's no guarantee that she could make a career out of that in the way Haley has. It's a much better idea for her to explore all of her interests and make sure she can follow other paths, if that's what she chooses later in life. So, you think it's a good idea for her to go to this foolish art class every week, even though she could be spending that time analyzing her game performance? I'd be more open to it if she was doing it in the middle of the week after school. I just think the timing is wrong. If she really wants to excel at a sport like softball, she should go straight from the game to watching the video back and seeing where she needs to improve. It's important for her to do it the very same day before she forgets how she felt and what she was thinking during the game. Sometimes when we get to training on Fridays, I wonder if she even spent any time during the week thinking about softball and what she needs to work on. I mean, is she just lazy? That's mean, Frank. I'm just not sure that Kirsten is as dedicated to softball as Haley was. She's a whole different person. There's a lot of things she values as much, if not more than softball. She spends a lot of time drawing and studying too. I wouldn't think she even has enough time to watch back a whole softball game. She's definitely not lazy. But she enjoys training and playing games at the weekend, so Haley and I are happy with that. And she's doing such a great job at school. Did she tell you she got an almost perfect score in her English and math test last week? English and math? Of course she would get good scores on those tests. She's not stupid. I hope you're not getting too excited about her being good at school, Neil. Those subjects aren't even important these days. Anyone can get almost perfect scores on those stupid tests at her age. The subjects that matter are the ones that you need talent to excel in, like sports. Are you serious? It definitely takes talent and intelligence to do well at English and math. I am very proud that she would do so well at those subjects while she's spending so much time on extracurriculars as well. Don't you think it's incredible? She barely has time to study. If I can't be happy with that, I don't know what I should be happy about. You're not listening to me. You seem to think it's important for Kirsten to do well at all of these different things. In fact, all she needs to be good at is one thing and focus on that. It's a waste of time you sending her to art class and making sure she does all her homework. It's more important for her to work towards achieving one specific goal. She's already in 6th grade. It's time for her to be making decisions about her future. And you think she should be aiming to get a softball scholarship for college, regardless of what Kirsten wants for herself? I think that's the way her talent lies, yes. It runs in the family, after all. It's good that she's smart and all. That'll make her a better player if she uses her brains to figure out her tactics. I'm sorry, I just think it's way too early for Kirsten to be making any kind of decision like that. She can't possibly know what she wants to do in life already. And she seems happy right now to enjoy the mixture of activities. I just think if you dropped that silly art class, you could get her a fitness coach instead, and she would have the time at the weekends to really focus on softball. Any kid nowadays who wants to excel at sport has specialist coaching from a young age. I'm not saying I'm a bad coach or anything. I just don't have the time to focus one-on-one with Kirsten. If we want her to succeed, she should have her own coach. I'm sorry, I don't think so. I think it's equally important for a kid her age to have a range of interests and experiences. Haley agrees with me, which is why we're all happy as we are. Kirsten works hard at school and softball practice, and that's enough. She's only 11 years old, Frank. I just can't believe that you're determined to be happy with her as she is. She's adequate for sure, but with a little extra help she could be excellent. Why don't you want her to achieve that? This kind of neutral attitude to parenting is exactly what is wrong with the world these days. Parents these days seem so happy to raise mediocre children. What's gonna happen to this country if every child is just left to follow their heart? Oh, and don't get me started on the amount of time kids spend glued to computers and televisions. They're a race of little zombies, that's all. I don't think that's fair, Frank. You know Kirsten barely has time to watch any TV. She watches it less than I did as a child. But I think you need to relax about the softball coaching idea. Haley and I don't plan on changing anything right now. You could try talking to Haley about it again, but I don't think she'll say anything different to what I've said. I just think that you've got this idea that whatever I do for Kirsten is not going to be as good as what you did for Haley. But that's not fair. We're different people. This is a different situation. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't try to put so much pressure on us all the time. Can you blame me, Neil? I just want the best for my granddaughter. I saw what worked for my own daughter, and I'm just trying to share some of that wisdom. As far as I can tell, Kirsten is not quite as talented as Haley was at that age, but she still has great potential, and you're an idiot to ignore that. With a little bit of encouragement, she would do just fine. She needs a fitness coach and someone to do performance reviews with her. But Kirsten isn't Haley, Frank. Haley has always said she didn't love schoolwork and she just got engrossed in softball. I'm happy to think that that was the right choice for her, but for Kirsten, it's different. I honestly think she prefers her art class to softball practice. I'd even go as far as to say that if you and I weren't coaching the team, she might be doing soccer or any other sport right now. Sure, she enjoys running about with her friends and making you proud at practice and games, but I don't think that she loves the sport for its own sake. Well, I know you're not from a sporting family, Neil, so I can't expect you to understand these things, but we've always been into baseball and softball in this family. It's just expected that the next generation will take part as well. And sport is something that is absolutely necessary to a young person's development. It's okay, Frank. I know how important sport and fitness are for kids. I get that Kirsten benefits a lot from being part of a team, but I don't think that she's dedicated to it enough to warrant putting any more time into it. Haley and I both know how you feel about it, and we've talked about it and decided that Kirsten doesn't need extra one-to-one coaching. Haley has already tried a couple of times this year to spend some time looking through videotapes and discussing games with her, but both times she gave up because Kirsten wasn't really interested. Oh, so now you think that bringing Haley into it is gonna help you win this argument? You're so disrespectful of your father-in-law. Do you think my daughter's judgment is gonna overrule mine like that? I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, Frank. I was just demonstrating what we know about the situation. So now you're saying you know more than me about softball and how to turn good players into excellent ones. Don't be ridiculous, Neil. We both know you're an average player and an alright coach. You know the absolute bare minimum about the game. And if you and Haley are discussing the training of one of my players, don't you think you should have consulted me about it? I think as her coach and grandfather, I should get a say in what we decide for Kirsten. I'll talk to Haley about it this weekend anyway. You really don't bring those girls over to see us often enough, you know? I know I see Kirsten at softball practice, but it's not the same hanging out at home. And I don't think we've seen Haley in months. That's another thing about you younger generations. You don't seem to care about spending time with your family members who raised you and taught you all they know. When was the last time you went to see your own parents, Neil? I'm sorry, Frank, but you know how much Haley and I work. Haley is often away from home. If she has to travel abroad for competitions, she can be away for weeks. That's why it's always so hard for us to make time to visit family. Surely you knew we would be away a lot if she was a professional softball player or coach? Of course I knew that. I just thought she'd make more time for her family when she was home. But you seem to go away by yourselves more than you come to visit us. And there's really no excuse since the team she coaches is based in this city. She's only away once or twice a month. I don't really know what's stopping you from bringing her over on the weekends she's home. But you've said you'd rather she doesn't attend your softball games because she's a distraction. There are 2 days in a weekend, Neil. You guys could visit on Saturdays. It's not that far to come. Why don't you talk to your daughter about this, Frank? I'm not sure what I can do since it's her free time we're talking about. You can't talk to me about bringing her to see you when she's a grown woman who makes decisions about her own life. Besides, you see me and Kirsten once a week, so you can't be too worried about not seeing enough of the two of us, right? It's not just my feelings I'm thinking about. Pat doesn't come to softball games. She doesn't get to see any of you that much. She's always complaining that I should bring you guys back to ours after the game. But you're always going to that ridiculous art class. Let's talk about this on the weekend. Haley will be there, and we can all make sure we're on the same page about how much you see of her. Can you talk to Pat and let me know what time you'll be over on Saturday? Yes, I'll ask her to call you about it. She'll want to know what to bring as well. I hope you're getting a case of beers in, Neil. You wouldn't want to leave your father-in-law to get thirsty, would you? We'll have everything we need for a party, Frank, but we also have to consider that we have a softball game to coach in the morning. No need to worry about that, son. I know what I can handle, and I'll have you there to watch out for me at the game. Hello, Neil. I just wanted to text and say thank you for having us over the weekend and taking the lead at the game on Sunday. Pat said I should apologize for not being well enough to attend the game on Sunday, but you are my son-in-law and assistant coach, so I'm sure you were fine. Yes, everything went fine at the game, Frank. I think Haley called you afterwards and told you what the score was in the end, didn't she? Yes, she did. I'm very pleased that the girls were able to finally put that team in their place. It's been a while since we beat them, but having rivalries like that is healthy for kids. They must have been very happy with the results. They certainly were. I don't think I've ever seen them play that well. I was wondering where they got all their energy from. But they started off strong, and then that momentum seemed to carry them through. They didn't hit the slump they usually hit. And they didn't seem as stressed as they sometimes do, so I just let them enjoy themselves. Well, I hope you got the best scoreline out of them possible. I wouldn't want to think you went easy on them because they were winning. You should have made sure they pushed themselves right to the last pitch. Actually, about that, Frank, I've been meaning to talk to you about being too hard on the girls at practice and games. When I was there on Sunday, some of the parents mentioned to me that their girls are a bit scared of you. Oh, that is nonsense. They're all having a great time. And if I'm being a little hard on them sometimes, it's because I'm teaching them resilience. I don't want them to grow up afraid of their own shadows. Well, I just wanted to let you know that's how the parents put it to me, and maybe we should take more care to make sure the players enjoy themselves. But they've been making great progress, haven't they? That's all down to me pushing them to strive for greatness. And Haley said Kirsten did amazingly well. You see, I knew she had some talent at the sport. Even her mom has noticed now. She should really be encouraged to pursue that, Neil. I don't think we're doing enough. Yes, Kirsten did have a great game, and she really enjoyed herself. But I don't think Haley meant for you to think she's gonna start putting pressure on Kirsten to practice more. She hasn't said anything like that to me. Well, I saw the recording of the game, and I think Kirsten played better than any of the girls on that pitch. She should get some kind of positive feedback and encouragement for that. Believe me, she got a lot of positive feedback and praise from everyone who was there. But thank you for mentioning it. I'll pass on what you said so she knows you also thought she did great. I don't just mean praise. I mean something that gives her the motivation to do better again next time, like a session with a professional coach. And I don't think you should be thanking me for my compliment to Kirsten. It's not you I'm praising. We've established you're nothing special, haven't we? A professional coach? Are you saying you think your daughter should step in? Or do you want us to pay someone else to train with her? I still don't understand why you're talking to me about this stuff when it obviously concerns Haley as well. And we've discussed all this before anyway. We don't have to go through it again, do we? Haley says she prefers to keep the pressure of softball coaching out of her relationship with Kirsten unless Kirsten initiates it. That's fine with me, and I think it should be fine with you too. Whatever you say, Neil. I'm only talking to you about this stuff because you're the assistant coach of Kirsten's team, and you're the man of the family. You should be the one making these decisions. That is a very outdated way of thinking, Frank. I don't tell anyone what to do just because I'm a man. Your daughter would never stand for that, and she would be mortified to think you even suggested it. Well, I think you're just lucky that Haley has such a strong personality to make up for your lack of authority around the house. It's clear to me that Kirsten has inherited a lot of her talent and intelligence from Haley. Those are our Smith genes for sure. But I'm actually surprised with how well Kirsten is turning out, considering the way you've been raising her. I was convinced she'd end up as one of those wishy-washy snowflake kids that can't stand any kind of hardship, but good genes will shine through. We've never spoiled Kirsten, if that's what you're suggesting. But you're right, she does have some excellent natural talents. We have the right to be very proud of her. And on top of that, she works hard at almost everything she does. That's the real reason she does so well, I think. You think what you want, Neil. Kirsten is gonna have a bright future, and when she's old enough, I hope she'll settle down and have a couple of little ball players of her own. I might even live to see it. Then I would have no regrets knowing the family legacy will continue. That's why you need to make her practice harder, so that she can pass on our family traditions to her own kids. And when Haley is my age, she can coach her own grandkids like I do. I think you're getting a bit ahead of yourself there, Frank. Kirsten isn't going to be worrying about starting a family for a very long time. She's only in the 6th grade. I don't think she's even started thinking about boys or anything. She's too busy with her friends and all of her hobbies. But I would be pleased if she grew up loving softball so much that she wanted to pass it on to her kids. It's probably important to make sure that she doesn't stop enjoying it. Well, I can enjoy my dreams for the future, can't I? After all, the dreams I had of having enough grandkids for a little team of softball players aren't coming true, are they? It's such a waste that we'll never get to see any more of what sporting genius Smith Jeans can produce. Well, it's kind of unreasonable if you were expecting Haley to settle down and have 9 or 10 kids, Frank. I'm not saying it's all your fault, but I did have higher expectations. I thought you might have at least 2 or 3. I was hoping for a couple more myself, but it wasn't meant to be. But there aren't any signs of you guys having baby number 2, are there? I mentioned it to Pat the other day because I thought Haley looked a little chubby. Oh, don't you feel bad for Kirsten being an only child like that? Oh, it must be so lonely. Your own daughter is an only child, Frank. You know it's not exactly lonely. Only children don't have to share their parents. I won't tell Haley that you said she looked chubby. I doubt that she's putting on weight. I haven't noticed her looking different. Even if she was, I don't think it would be anything to do with being pregnant. We're not trying. Yeah, well, this isn't exactly a topic for men to discuss anyway. I just thought I'd mention it since I was getting suspicious. But if you're saying there's no chance, maybe I'll talk to Haley about her weight. I don't want her getting overweight. It is highly unlikely, but I'm glad to hear this conversation topic is done. I know you think a lot about Kirsten's future, but I really wish you would try to relax about it. Especially try to not worry about her chosen career or when she'll settle down and start a family. Let's just let her enjoy her childhood first, okay? And at the end of the day, that's all her decision to make. I won't interfere, and I won't expect you to try and interfere either. Fine. Anyway, like I said, it was nice of you guys to invite us over. We had a good time. Let's do it again sometime. Okay, Frank, see you next weekend. Good morning, Neil. I hope you had a good week. I know it's sudden, but I don't think I'm gonna make it to the game today. I'm not feeling well. I might have overdone it on the beers last night, and I've only just woken up. I guess you guys are already getting ready to leave. Morning, Frank. Well, that's a real shame. All of the plans we made are in your binder, aren't they? I was hoping to see you before the game so that we could run through some tactics before talking to the girls. You're really not well enough to come down to the ground? Yes, Neil, that's what I said. My good friend Harry is in town for the first time in a very long time, so we went to the bar last night. I didn't get home until late, and I don't feel like getting up and rushing down to the softball game. It'll only make me ill. But luckily, I have a great son-in-law to help me out in situations like this. You'll take care of it, won't you? I guess I'll be able to manage, Frank, but this isn't the first time this has happened, is it? You've missed pretty much every other game this year, and you still try to suggest that I'm the one who doesn't support my kid enough? It's supposed to be your team. You're the coach. What do you think you're saying? How can you talk to your father-in-law like that? I'm not just speaking as your son-in-law. This is becoming a problem that I feel like I need to address as part of my responsibility as an assistant coach. It sounds like you're taking those responsibilities very seriously all of a sudden. Are you getting a bit big for your breeches? I could take you down a notch or two if you don't watch how you're speaking to me. I am not trying to be rude, Frank. I've told you before that parents have spoken to me about the way you treat the girls. Some of the girls have said that they don't want to go to practice because they're afraid you'll punish them for making mistakes. And one of the parents told me that he spoke to you last week after training and he thought your breath smelled of whiskey. He said he was worried you weren't putting the team's needs first. There is absolutely nothing to be worried about. I sometimes have a little drink at lunchtime these days, but I'm never drunk. I don't get drunk. Besides, there's always one or two of the parents hanging out at training. I don't do anything I wouldn't be happy with them seeing. Well, it's important that you don't go out and drink too much before the game next week, because it's a big one, and I've already told you I have work that day. It's not gonna be a problem. I could go there right now. I just don't think it's worth it, since you'll be there and you can handle things without me. If I drag myself up and out this morning, I'll be ill all week as a result. But I don't really know why you would have to work on a weekend. You're supposed to make sure your work doesn't impede your family life. You should be available for all matches as the assistant coach. I really wish I could be, but this weekend is unavoidable. We have an audit that we can only do while the office is closed and the system is offline. And I have to be there since I'm the head of cybersecurity. I can't change it. I've known about it for months, and you have too. So please make sure you're available next weekend and nothing goes wrong. The way you talk to me, anyone would think that you're the head coach and I'm the assistant. Let me ask you a very important question, Neil. Which is more important to you, your work or your family commitments? I see what you're trying to say, Frank, but I have to allow this particular work commitment to take precedence. It's only one weekend out of the entire year, and I'm not the one canceling on short notice because I have a hangover. You really have no respect for my authority in this family, do you? You don't care what Pat and I think of you at all. That's not true at all. I respect you and Pat. But you've never taken on any of my advice when it comes to Kirsten's training or upbringing. You've been trying to undermine me within my family, and now you're trying to exclude me from the softball team that I've built up from nothing? You certainly don't seem to appreciate that I've let you into my family and allowed you to take part in our traditions, including coaching this team. I would have expected you to be more grateful since I agreed to let you marry my beautiful, talented daughter, even though she's always been far too good for you. I promise you, Frank, I'm not trying to undermine you. I'm just letting you know that some parents are concerned about your behavior, and that you need to make sure that you're available and well next weekend because you know I won't be there to cover for you. You're treating me like a child. Haley will hear about this. I hope you're prepared to find out what she thinks about you talking like this to her father. I'll make sure you split up with her, and once that happens, you'll never see Kirsten again. If you don't want to get cut off from your only child, you should think about how you treat your father-in-law. The women in my life respect me and my authority. If I tell them to leave you and never see you again, they would absolutely do that. Frank, you're being very unreasonable. I'm only asking you to be more careful of your behavior, especially at practice. This conversation is over. Frank, don't be like that. Oh dear Neil, the game plan you wrote up for today was absolutely dismal. I had to throw it away and come up with something new, but I didn't have time to think about it properly. The team lost and all the girls were very disappointed. This is all your fault for not making a better plan. I hope you're happy with yourself. Hi Frank, I'm sorry to hear that the game didn't go well. It was an important fixture. I'm not sure what game plan you read though. I didn't write anything. Oh, come on, Neil. You left a few sheets of scrawl in my binder from last week's game. It was complete nonsense. I couldn't use anything you wrote. It was as though you suddenly didn't understand how we play softball at all. There wasn't anything in there that I could use, and I thought we agreed that you'd make sure everything was ready, so I didn't prepare. I'm sorry, Neil. I don't really understand what you mean. I've been at work all day and I don't recall leaving anything in your binder this morning. I never agreed to write a game plan, but even if I had, I wouldn't expect you to just turn up without a plan. What went wrong? What did the notes in your binder look like? If there was anything in there, I'm surprised you'd automatically think it was rubbish. Did you read what it was about? It was written so badly I couldn't read much of it, but it all seemed like nonsense. I just threw it all out. And then the team were looking at me like they didn't want me there. It was very off-putting. So I basically gave them all a good talking to and made sure they knew that if they didn't do their very best, they'd be letting their team down and disappointing their families who had all come to watch. Normally that gives them enough motivation to work hard, but for some reason today, they were all awful. They were sluggish and lazy all day long. I expect this is your fault for going too easy on them when I wasn't there last week. That's what you get for taking a soft approach. I don't know how you can blame me for the team losing while I wasn't there, Frank. Who took Kirsten to the game today and gave you the binder that I was using last week? No one. I had to go and pick Kirsten up from your house myself. And so far, I haven't received any thanks from you. Oh, I see. Thank you for doing that. I thought Haley was taking her. Something must have come up. I got a call from Haley at 8:30 saying that I'd have to pick Kirsten up because she needed to join a conference call and she'd be late to the game. She turned up halfway through and sat in the back of the stands until the game was over, and they both rushed off to that idiotic art class. Well, I'm really sorry that happened, Frank. I guess it must have thrown your game off a bit. You didn't have time to talk to Haley at all? No, she didn't even come down to the dugout to say hi. Maybe she thought you didn't want her interfering in the game. I'll call her and see if everything is alright. I'm about to head home anyway. It is a real shame that the girls didn't play well today, but maybe they did their best and the other team were just stronger. They absolutely did not do their best. If anything, I think they might have played badly on purpose just to spite me. And none of the parents even spoke to me afterwards. They all just grabbed their kids and ran out of there as though it was about to catch fire. All of my days, I've never met a bunch of more thankless, entitled people. You'd think I didn't give up every single Friday evening and Sunday just to give their kids a proper sporting education. That's tough, but maybe the girls were just very disappointed about the result. They might have been asking to go straight home. Frank, there's actually something I've been meaning to talk to you about, since we're on the topic of softball. Kirsten has started saying that she wants to quit softball and try a different sport once she gets to middle school. Excuse me? That's absolutely unacceptable. You can't be serious. You know, she's always been into trying new things and having fun experiences. She says she wants a change and it seems like she's in need of it. I hope you'll try not to take it personally. No, Neil, I will not allow this to happen right under my nose. You won't steal my family from me. You're lying about Kirsten asking to quit softball. I know you are. You've either convinced her she wants to quit somehow, or you're telling her that she has to quit just to spite me. She is a very talented player, and she absolutely loves the game, so there's no way I'll believe that she made this decision herself. If you really doubt it, I think you should call Haley and talk to her about it. You clearly think this is about me not wanting Kirsten to continue, but that's not it at all. Perhaps the best way to resolve this would be for you to talk to Haley and Kirsten about it without me. I don't believe this at all. Is this some kind of sick joke you've come up with to scare me or something? Of course not. It's just something that I think Kirsten has been thinking about for a while. But she didn't want to upset or disappoint you, so she's probably been putting off talking to us about it. You sure seem to think that an 11-year-old has strong enough opinions to say what sport she wants to play. I don't believe it. At that age, there's no way it would even cross her mind that she wants to do a different sport to the one she's been playing her whole life. Softball is the only sport she knows. It's the sport her mom plays. The only way that she'd be thinking of quitting is if you put her up to it. Like I said, you'll only be satisfied that this is true if you go ahead and ask her yourself. I'll tell Haley to call you about it. I'm sure there is going to be plenty to discuss. It's not that late. I'll call Haley and ask her to drive over with Kirsten. You should come straight here instead of going home after work. I don't think that we can do that. Kirsten should have just finished an art class, and Haley will be driving her home to get something to eat. There won't be time after that to go all the way to your house to talk about softball. Kirsten has school in the morning, and we both have work. You are so selfish, Neil. What's one late night when it's something as important as your daughter's future? You should all drive straight here. Pat will cook extra, so you don't have to worry about dinner. I really don't think that you can expect everyone to reschedule their evening just so that you can yell at us all. That's what you're planning to do, right? You're gonna make us all sit down and listen to you rant about softball and Kirsten's future. That probably won't change her mind. It might even make her more determined to give it up. I know she loves you and Pat and wants to make you proud, but she's old enough now to know the difference between you loving her for who she is and you loving some idea of who you want her to be. It's not fair of you to insist that you know better than she does about what she wants. I have the whole of my life experience to draw on. I do know better than she does, or you do for that matter. I know I can convince her to stick with softball. There's another reason I don't particularly want to go over to your house tonight, Frank, but I don't want you to be offended by this question. Have you started drinking already? If you're already drinking, you should know there's no way we're heading over there to talk about this in person. How dare you? Are you suggesting that I can't control myself when I've been drinking? When have you ever known me to lose control? I just don't want to take my young daughter into a situation where one of us has been drinking alcohol and might react in a different way than normal. I am not a violent man, Neil. You will apologize for that insinuation. I never suggested you were, although there have been times when you've threatened me with violence after you've had too much to drink. That was just the friendly banter of a father-in-law talking to his future son-in-law. Can't you understand that? I've never intended to follow through with those threats. I was just trying to scare you to make sure you didn't treat my daughter with disrespect. Well, it was unnecessary, Frank, and you must see how it affected my opinion of you. Anyway, I'll call Haley, and I expect she'll call you. She's calling me right now, actually. I'll talk to you later, Neil. Neil, did you know about all of this? You have to help me. I don't know why all of this is happening. First of all, Haley was so mad at me for throwing out her game plan. Apparently, she was the one who wrote that. I had no idea. I thought it was your nonsense. I didn't even read it. She can't blame me for assuming it was you. No, I didn't know that. But I did have my suspicions. She was the only other person who could have written it, after all. She was mad. I just got home and she's not back yet. I guess she took Kirsten out for burgers or something. Did she say why she was mad? Apparently, if I had just used her plan instead of shouting at the girls and making them nervous and sad, they would have done better. That doesn't sound too unreasonable. Why don't you just accept her feedback and agree to act differently next time? Don't mess with me, Neil. You know that's not all. That's not even half of the real reason I'm upset. It's just the beginning. I don't know what you're talking about, sorry. Did she say anything else? She was talking for an hour. Of course that's not all. You really don't have anything to do with it? Haley said that the parents have all come together and decided that they're requesting I be removed as the head coach. I got fired from the team I created, Neil. I think it must have something to do with you. I think you've been planning this for some time, haven't you? According to Haley, the reason they all ran off after the game today was because they had planned a meeting to discuss me. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Frank. I had no idea what they were planning. I wasn't involved at all. You can't expect me to believe that. You were conveniently absent today. Can you prove you weren't actually at that meeting? You could call my boss and ask him if I was at work all day, because I was. I honestly wasn't expecting this. Haley didn't say anything. But you've been working against me for so long. You've been ingratiating yourself with those parents and making me look bad on purpose to get me fired. Do you have any idea what you've done? The future of that team will be ruined without me. I hope you're not expecting to become the head coach yourself, because you would be absolutely hopeless. But that's probably why you've done this, because you're hoping to replace me. I absolutely do not want to replace you as the head coach of the team. As you know, I don't know softball at all. I'd be lost. I swear I've never done anything to make you look bad so that the parents would ask for you to step down. Didn't Haley give you their reasons? She said some stuff, but it's just everything that they've said before. She said that the parents are worried that sometimes I drink before practice, which is total nonsense. If I drink something at lunchtime, there's no way that it would still be affecting me in the evening. I don't understand the problem. How can you be so sure it's not affecting you? But that's not the point. You really shouldn't be drinking at lunchtime anyway. And if a parent goes to pick their kid up from softball practice at 7 p.m. and the coach's breath smells like alcohol, they won't know when you had your last drink. They'll just assume you've been drinking before practice and you're drunk. Any parent would be very concerned that they're leaving their kids with someone who's been drinking. You can understand that, right? And you have missed plenty of games in the last few months because you drank so much the night before that you couldn't make it out of bed in the morning. I don't go around telling people why you're not there, but there's a chance they found out somehow, isn't there? Are you sure you haven't been telling people all over the place that I'm a violent drunk? I know you'd love to get the better of me and make me look like a fool. Of course not. I haven't discussed your drinking with anyone, but it's become so bad that I'm not surprised others have started to notice. Perhaps one of the girls' parents has spotted you out at bars on Saturday nights. That's possible, isn't it? So you're just gonna continue to heap the blame for this on me. You're not gonna take any responsibility? You're determined to throw me under the bus here, aren't you, Neil? Well, what can I take responsibility for, Frank? I don't encourage you to drink. But you don't cover for me either. You have to share responsibility for how this is all coming out. You're a grown adult. You're the only person responsible for controlling your drinking and who finds out about it. Did you talk to Haley about what you could do about it? Perhaps the team would agree to keep you on if you promised to get treatment. Get treatment for what? I don't have a disease. Going out drinking isn't causing me any problems. Perhaps you people have a problem with me drinking, but that's because you're all sad, boring losers who don't know how to enjoy life. It has started causing you problems though, hasn't it? I'm not saying it's a physical or medical problem, but it's starting to affect your life now. It doesn't matter anyway. That's not the end of it. There's more. Apparently, these idiotic parents actually think that I'm having a detrimental effect on their kids. Can you believe that? Those kids love me. I know I go in for the tough love sometimes, but that's just teaching those kids to value strength and resilience. And I've been great to those girls. I've adapted to all of your modern methods. There's none of the punishment we had to go through when I was a boy at baseball practice. Everything is so soft and easy these days. But even if you can say that you don't punish those kids with the kind of verbal or physical abuse that you used to put up with, it still doesn't mean they're happy with what you do. Kids these days have been taught to hold their parents and teachers to account. Especially at Kirsten's age, they know what constitutes good treatment. If you've been shouting at them and making them feel nervous or guilty when they make mistakes, they're gonna complain. But they're only kids. They need to be taught to respect authority, not question it. We have to agree to disagree on that one, Frank. They shouldn't be taught to roll over and accept being made to feel worthless. I've never tried to make them feel worthless. This is all a stupid misunderstanding. Perhaps you just don't understand how your behavior makes other people feel. You've definitely made me feel worthless a few times. Are you sure you weren't aware of what you were doing? Well, I don't know about that, but you're definitely getting your own back now, aren't you? Are you losing your mind, Frank? I've already told you, I have nothing to do with this business with the softball team parents. As far as I can tell, they've organized this meeting on their own and specifically invited Haley instead of me. If anything, you should be talking to her about it. Did you ask her if there was anything you can do to change their minds? Why should I want to change their minds? None of this is my fault. It simply happens that you and your children are losers who can't stand to be treated a little harshly. You can't be serious, Frank. All of this is because of you and your inability to regulate your behavior. There you go again, being insolent and disrespectful to your father-in-law. I'd rather not have someone as rude as you as part of my family. I have told you before, didn't I? If you disrespect me, I'll make sure you're not welcome in this family. Actually, to be honest, I think I can live with the idea of you not considering me family. Just what do you think you're saying, Neil? Would you give up your wife and daughter just because you think you're teaching me a lesson? Not at all. Perhaps you don't realize, but I think if they were presented with a choice, Haley and Kirsten would choose me over you. But I don't want to make them decide between us, Frank. If you agree with me, I think you should work on making some serious changes in your behavior. First of all, get help with your drinking, and second, learn to let go of this need to control Kirsten's future. Oh, so you really think that you're gonna give me the ultimatum and tell me that if I don't change, I'm out of my daughter's life? Do you really think she'll go along with that? Don't be an idiot. I am her father. Of course she values me much more highly than she values you. And whatever Haley decides, Kirsten will have to follow. I am not giving you an ultimatum. I'm giving you a fact. Haley won't stand for this kind of behavior. Surely that's what she told you on the phone? Haley was just playing the messenger on the phone. She was just telling me what the other parents said. But that's not important. This is about our family now, not the silly softball team. Well, whether she told you on the phone or not, it's true that she agrees with all of us about your drinking, your moods, and the way that you treat players on the team. We've already talked about the way you try to force your opinions onto our lives, and we made a decision a while ago to move away. I might as well tell you now, because you'll find out soon. We're moving away at the end of the school year. We won't be leaving a forwarding address, so you won't be able to reach us. What on earth do you mean you're moving? When we had that conversation about Kirsten quitting softball, it just dawned on me that you were never gonna back down about it. So it's better if we take it out of your jurisdiction completely. If we don't live in the area, there's no chance of you forcing Kirsten to play on your softball team. I've spoken to Haley about it, and she agrees. We'll move during the summer vacation, and we won't be letting you know where we are. We don't want any unexpected visits from you when you're drunk. You can't really mean that. There's no way you'd do something like that. You'd essentially be stealing our grandchild away from us. What will Pat say when I tell her? I don't know, but you can tell her it's your fault because you've refused to change your behavior. But I haven't said we'll refuse to see you both completely. That wouldn't be fair on Pat. If you agree not to talk about softball, we'd meet you for lunch out sometimes. This is absolutely unacceptable, Neil. You can't do this to us. I'll have to talk to Haley about this. Okay, well, feel free to ask her about it, but I think she'll just tell you that she agrees with me. It was her idea after all. And please don't think about contacting my parents about this. They've been asked to not discuss it with you until we've decided how to proceed. Seriously, Neil? What kind of game are you playing here? Are you trying to punish me or something? You need to get your act together and think about your behavior towards your parents-in-law. You'd never have gotten away with this in my day. Honestly, Frank, I think everything that we've talked about today just shows it's you who needs to get your act together. I am not trying to punish you. I'm barely even involved in the softball parents' complaint, and it wasn't me who made the decision to move away. But all you've done since I started dating your daughter is try to intimidate me and make me feel like I'm not good enough for her. I'd be lying if I said I'm not enjoying seeing you put in your place. You've always acted like a tyrant in your family, and now you're being taken down by your daughter. A tyrant? How dare you? I am your father-in-law. What's your point? I'm well aware that you're my wife's father. In fact, I'm quite grateful to you for bringing Haley into this world. But she's quite outspoken about the fact that she's a good person in spite of you, not thanks to you. I'm the one who's been insisting to her for the past year or so that you can change, and we just need to talk to you about your behavior. Here's your chance to prove me right, Frank. Show everyone that you can be a better person, and you'll keep your daughter and granddaughter in your life. Don't talk down to me like you're the better man, Neil. You're such a condescending little piece of work, aren't you? I've done what I want my whole life, and I am not about to change just because a bunch of women and their emasculated husbands think I am too much for them. Okay, whatever you say. I guess I can't change how you interpret this situation, but pretty soon I think you'll find out how much you've lost. How about you let me know how you feel after we move away and you haven't seen Haley or coached a softball team in a few months? What makes you think I value the stupid softball team that much anyway? I have other friends and hobbies. I'll be fine without you guys or softball. In that case, I don't know why we've been arguing about softball so much for the past however many months. But if you really feel that way, you'd be able to let that stuff about Kirsten quitting softball go and move on with your life. You don't fool me, Frank. I think you'll be devastated. Just do me a favor and instead of turning to drink, just try to be a better person. Oh, shut up, Neil. I don't need to hear any of this from you. Right, I'm happy to leave this conversation then. I guess I'll see you around. Bye, Frank, and good luck with everything. What? That's not what I mean. Hold on, Neil. I need you to talk to Haley and make her change her mind about firing me from the softball team and moving away. It's all too much for you to let that happen at the same time. It's not fair. Neil, I demand that you respond to me. Do you hear? Neil, I know we haven't spoken in a while. I just wanted to apologize for how I've treated you and Haley. Can you get back to me when you get this? I'll apologize to all of you in person if necessary. Just tell me what to do to make things right. I'll do anything. Please respond, Neil. I'm at my wit's end here. Hey, Frank, how have you been? I don't know what I can help you with. I gave you all the advice I think you needed last time we talked. What's new? Don't you already know? Have you guys moved yet? Have you or Haley spoken to Pat recently? No, we're moving in about a week. I think Haley talks to her mom every couple of days. Why? If you're still in the area, can you come over to my house right now? It's an emergency. Oh my gosh, what's wrong? Is everything okay with you and Pat? Do you need me to call an ambulance? Oh, no, it's not a medical emergency or anything. I just need someone here. Okay, why? Can't you tell me what the problem is right now? If it's an emergency, I'll come over. But otherwise, we agreed to keep our distance, didn't we? Besides, I am very busy with packing up the house so that we're ready for the move. If it's not really urgent, perhaps we can just talk over text instead. I don't know. Maybe I will need an ambulance by the time all of this is over. It definitely feels like I'm gonna have a heart attack or something if I don't figure out what to do quickly. Oh, I see. Let me guess. Did Pat finally ask you for a divorce? Is that the emergency you want me to come over and help you with? Because I'm honestly not sure if I can do anything to help with that. You already knew? How? Well, as it happens, Pat was over at our new house yesterday. She was at her wit's end, so Haley relented and told her how to find us. I heard the whole story. Pat explained what was happening while we were having dinner. None of it was very surprising, Frank. So that's where she was yesterday. She just left my dinner on the table and I couldn't get hold of her. Is she there right now? She came back last night and said a bunch of crazy stuff about getting a divorce and made me sleep on the couch. Then when I woke up this morning, she was gone and a suitcase of her stuff is gone. If she's there, can you tell her to get her butt back here and talk to me about all of this? No, I don't think I can do that. It's not my place. Why not? You're part of this family, aren't you? I'm only part of the family when it suits you, it seems like. But I don't think I can convince Pat to go back to you anyway. If I had to say positive stuff about you, she'd catch me in the lie. I'm a terrible liar. But how could she leave me? I can't survive without her. Isn't she taking your calls? What about Haley? Maybe she'll intervene for you. On second thoughts, no. She's got a worse opinion of you than I have, so she'll never take your side. But I don't even understand where all of it is coming from. How could Pat do this to me at a time like this? I'm already under so much pressure from everyone. Hasn't she explained it all to you? She said to us that she just realized she was never going to change you, and she couldn't go on putting up with your terrible attitude. It seems like she's been holding in these feelings for a very long time. Didn't you notice she was under a lot of strain? She said that the whole thing about you getting fired from the softball team for drinking and forcing us to move away from you was enough to push her over the edge. I guess it's a shame for you, but I also kind of feel like you had it coming. I mean, that's not the only reason she's asking for a divorce. But I don't get it. I've apologized for all those things. Why is everyone still so mad about all of this? Why don't we just forgive and forget and move on? Holding grudges isn't healthy, you know? Have you apologized? Like, really? Do you really feel like you were in the wrong and you need to make amends? Or do you still feel like everyone is overreacting and you've been misunderstood? Are you crazy? I literally just apologized to you, didn't I? Or did I just imagine that? I'm not questioning whether you've said I apologize, just whether the sentiment behind your words was genuine. Do you get me? It's not me who's crazy. You're insane if you think that everyone is just gonna magically forget everything that you've done after you just apologize once via text message. I bet you haven't made any changes to your lifestyle, have you? You haven't actually shown that you're sorry. I'm telling you that I'm sorry. The changes can start now. What do I have to do to keep Pat happy and get you and Haley and Kirsten back in my life? Haven't you had this conversation with Pat already? No, she never gave me a chance to talk to her. She just waltzed in and announced we were getting a divorce and I had to sleep on the couch. And it didn't seem to matter how much I shouted or insisted, she refused to talk to me about it. She just locked the door to our bedroom and stayed in there until the morning. Like I said, when I woke up, she was gone. Goodness, Frank, are you telling me that you were screaming at your wife through the bedroom door? She must have been terrified. Are you still not sure why she's asking you for a divorce? What is wrong with you, man? My own mom went through a lot worse, believe me. That doesn't make it okay. But what am I supposed to do after the divorce? I can't live by myself. Pat always does the cooking and cleaning. I wouldn't know where to start. All I have is my pension. I'm sure everything will be fine, Frank. If you have your pension, you're not gonna starve. You'll both get money from the sale of the house, right? You can get a little flat or something, so you'll be fine as long as you don't spend money on anything you don't need. And I don't think you need to worry about Pat. She said she's been saving for quite a while, so she'll manage. Besides, I think Haley is planning on letting her stay here for the time being. What? Why? I don't understand why Pat is getting treated like the victim in this situation. Why not? She said you've always been a difficult person to live with. You've been making her feel worthless and mediocre for much longer than you've been doing it to me. I think she has every right to feel like the victim. Well, I hope she doesn't seriously think I'm gonna give in and divorce her. There is no chance. I think you'll probably find that if she really wants to get a divorce, she will eventually. We're planning on letting her stay here for as long as she needs, so if it comes down to it, I think we'll last until you can be forced to agree to the divorce. How can you meddle in my marriage like this? It's despicable. I am your father-in-law. I actually don't think of you in that way anymore. Once Pat has found a way to get the divorce finalized, you'll be a stranger to us, and I'll be fine with that. This will all just be a terrible memory. How can you say those things to me? I'm gonna make you regret this, believe me. Don't think you're getting away with it. I'll convince Pat to take me back. She's always done exactly what I told her to, and there's no reason to think she won't do the same in this case. I guarantee you that's all over now. Haley won't let her go back to you. Even if you try to convince Pat that you're all changed, Haley will make you prove it. But I'm not sure how you think you're gonna make me regret this. Are you gonna hunt me down and threaten me with a baseball bat again? You don't even know what my job is, do you, Frank? You've never bothered to ask. I think for that reason, you'd really struggle to find out where I work or live. So stop trying to scare me, because it's not gonna work. But somebody is gonna have to be on my side through all of this. You have to help me. It's your fault I got into this mess in the first place, so you'll have to help me sort it out. That is complete garbage. I had nothing to do with it. Actually, I was actively trying to cover up for your failures at softball games. You can't hold me responsible for your drinking or your temper or outdated attitudes. But if you weren't hanging around being all motivational and soft and making everyone think you're wonderful, nobody would have thought to question my techniques. Believe me, Frank, people would have noticed you were a loser even if I wasn't there to compare you to. When are you going to accept that you're in the wrong? Your behavior sucks, and it has sucked for longer than I've known you. I honestly think that there is no point in you trying to change. Just agree to the divorce and let Pat, Haley, Kirsten, and me go. We'll be far happier without you around. All you have done up to now is cause everyone trouble. Not having you in our lives this last month has been like having a huge weight lifted off our family. You'll never know how happy we are to finally be free of you. To think that we'll never have to see you again, it is just such a relief. But for now, I'll just say best of luck to you. You always act like you're the smartest of us all, so I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine by yourself. Wait, Neil, I still need your help. What do I do? Agree to the divorce, give up drinking, be a better person, basically. You won't save your marriage, but if you play everything by the book, you still might be able to have a relationship with your granddaughter. I'm sure we'll stay in touch somehow, but I don't want you texting me, so I'm blocking your number. You can get in touch with me through Pat's lawyer, if you need to. Frank argued against the divorce for a long time. He tried all sorts of things to convince Pat not to leave him. He even tried giving up drinking for a while, but he couldn't make anything last. And anytime Pat agreed to meet with him, he was still obnoxious and rude to her. He tried threatening her, shouting and screaming, and he tried being super nice, acting like he was gonna treat Pat like a princess if she went back to him. but he could never get out of the mindset that he was entitled to be treated with more respect and obedience just because he was a man. We could always tell that that attitude was still there. But eventually, after such a long time waiting and talking to her lawyers for advice, Pat was able to file for divorce from Frank. It was finalized just last month, and to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen Pat so happy in all the time I've known her. She's like a different woman now that the stress and uncertainty have been taken away. I was so moved to see her relief. She stayed with us while the divorce was being discussed and processed, but now they've sold the house and divided the value between them. Because Pat was able to keep her savings, she was able to buy a small house not too far from us, and every week we get to eat dinner together. I'm not surprised to find out that without Frank in the picture, we all get along just great. Kirsten is happy that she sees more of her grandma. She started middle school a few months ago and has made a bunch of new friends. Her new school has a pretty good girls' soccer team, so she's playing soccer for now. She really enjoys it, and I'm glad I don't have to coach. According to Pat, Frank had been spending all of his extra money on alcohol and gambling for as long as she'd known him. He didn't have any money except what he got from the sale of the house, so he could only afford to rent a shoddy little apartment on the outskirts of town. He tried asking his brother and some other family members to help him out, but nobody wanted anything to do with him, and he couldn't afford to live on just his pension, so he was forced to get a job. He tried working at the hardware store, but Pat heard through a friend that he was fired from that because he wouldn't serve women and kept telling them to come back with a man who knew what he was talking about. So apparently now he's washing dishes at a Mexican restaurant near his place. I thought with his amazing Smith genes, he would manage just fine, but I guess not everyone in the family can be a winner. I really hope that Frank would get his act together, because it's sad to think that Kirsten won't see her grandfather anymore. She used to really like him. But as things stand, it's better for all of us that he's not in our lives. And it's hard to feel bad for a guy who treated us all like garbage for such a long time. So, to be honest, I feel pretty good about how things turned out. We're all happier now and the future looks good. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to all the latest content.
Mom, we need to talk about what happened at the hospital today. I can't believe you did that. What are you talking about? Don't act like you don't know. You were yelling at my wife. You were screaming at her, saying that her terrible driving is what caused this to happen to me. You blamed her for it. That's because it is her fault. She was the one driving when you got into the accident and this terrible thing happened to you. Now my baby is paralyzed from the waist down. But that's not what happened. How many times do I have to tell you this? We were stopped at a red light, and we were rear-ended by a guy in a truck who had fallen asleep at the wheel. It's not my wife's fault. Even if she had noticed the truck coming behind us, we couldn't have moved, because there were stopped cars in front of us too. But if this accident wouldn't have happened, you'd still be a normal person. I'm your mom. I have to get mad at someone. Did you just say I'd still be a normal person? Are you saying I'm not a normal person anymore? Look, I don't care what you say your reason for getting angry is. It's not my wife's fault, and I don't ever want to hear you say that to her again. She got hurt in this accident too. So, I don't care about someone else's child. I'm just so worried about you. You can't blame me for getting upset. You don't care what happens to someone else's child? You know she's my wife, right? She's part of our family. And this isn't the worst thing in the world that could have happened to me. I'll be in a wheelchair, but I'll still be able to go to work and carry on like normal. So I don't need any more worry from you than what's absolutely necessary. So, this is what I get for caring about my son. Fine, if that's what you want. Alex, I have to tell you something. I was thinking about this a lot last night, and I think it'd be best if we just cut all ties to each other and never spoke to each other again. What? Well, now that you're paralyzed, To put it bluntly, you can't really take care of yourself anymore, can you? If you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of me when I get older? Take care of you? Huh? You're saying, since I can't care for you when you get older, you want nothing to do with me anymore? Well, not just that. But even now, I don't have the time or energy to take care of you in your condition. I'm too old to be looking after anyone anymore. I know you've been helping me out with some bills since I don't work, but don't worry about me. I'll just live off of the inheritance I got from your father when he died. And having one less family member to worry about will make things a lot easier for me. Just consider me not taking care of you in your current state as payment for raising you when you were a child. You're okay with all this, right? You must be out of your mind. Is this what a mom says to her child after he gets into a major car accident? I can't believe you. But you see where I'm coming from, don't you? I worked so hard to raise you. I did everything for you and raised you so well, hoping you'd return the favor for me when I got older. But it seems that's not possible anymore. A son that can't even walk by himself is of no use to me. So please, just let me go. Let me be free from you. Fine. But just so I've got this straight, you're saying you gave birth to me and raised me just so that I could take care of you when you're older. And now that I can't walk, I'm worthless to you, so you don't want to ever see me again? Well, it sounds bad when you say it like that, but yes, this isn't my fault. Planning is the most important thing in life. I was planning for my future then, and I'm planning for my future now. I gave this a lot of thought. If we cut all ties to each other, I'll be fine. I can live off of my husband's inheritance. And this way, you won't have to worry about looking after me when I get older. It's a win-win. Look, do whatever you want. If you don't ever want to speak to me again, that's fine by me. But if you're cutting all ties to me, that means you better never contact me ever again. I know what it means. I should be telling you that. That means I don't want you stepping foot in this house again trying to get anything your dad left to me. Starting tomorrow, we're not related anymore. Alex, you came to my house today, didn't you? Why did you take my fridge and my TV? Bring those things back here right now. Those are mine. I bought them myself with my own money when I was living there. I'm sorry for leaving them there when I moved out. I shouldn't have left my stuff there for so long. Sorry about that. I'm glad that spare key was still in the fake rock we put in the garden. Oh, by the way, I put all the food from the fridge into a cooler in the garage. I suggest you eat it all before it goes bad. I can't believe you! I never thought my own son would be this petty. Oh, wait, you're not my son anymore. Whatever, I don't care about those things. Like you said, they've been here a long time. They're old. I'll just use some of your dad's inheritance and buy new ones. Yeah, why not? It was only the newest model of fridge when it came out, and a 75-inch OLED 4K TV shouldn't set you back too much. Just use some of Dad's money to go get new ones, lol. It's your money now. Do whatever you want. I don't need you to tell me that, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Don't message me anymore. And don't try stepping foot in this house again. If you do, I'll call the cops. Huh, you were the one who messaged me. Alex, what do you want now? You keep messaging me even though you said you never wanted us to speak again. I just have one last thing I want to say to you. What? I threw out everything that was in your old room. And I mean everything. What? Well, don't blame me. Why would I want a total stranger's things in my house? Remember, we're strangers now. Yesterday was garbage day, so I put everything out to the curb. I watched them put it all into the back of the garbage truck, too. You didn't throw out all the hockey and baseball cards that were in the cardboard box, did you? If it was in your room, then yes, I did. Oh no. Don't tell me I threw out something you really wanted, did I? I'm sorry. But it was taken to the dump yesterday, so there's no way to get it back now. So don't message me ever again. I don't want to hear from you anymore. You did a really stupid thing, Mom. Huh? Are you saying you threw out everything Dad left to you in his will? The things Dad left to me? What are you talking about? Dad's collection. I can't believe you did that. A lot of those cards are worth between $500 to $2,000 apiece. Dad had so many rare cards. The value of cards varies year by year, but I'm sure you'd have gotten at least $100K if you'd have sold them all. Huh? What are you talking about? You're kidding, right? Sports cards are just a kid's game, aren't they? Trading cards aren't a game. Rookie cards of popular or famous players can be worth big bucks. Why did you think Dad was collecting them and holding on to them in the first place? I think you need to check this out for yourself on the internet. See what some cards sell for. Dad had a ton of amazing cards. Did you never listen to him when he talked about them? You know I don't like sports. If it involved sports or stupid cards, I never listened to a word he said. Haha. Alex. I'm still waiting for you to say gotcha. You weren't kidding, were you? Those things are worth money? Wait a minute. If they were worth money, how come you didn't take them with you? Oh, I couldn't take those with me. He left those to you. He was specific about that in his will. Huh? You know Dad was a collector. He collected everything. A lot of the stuff he collected just gets more valuable the older it gets. That's why he didn't sell anything before he died. He left you the things that would be worth the most in the future. You know he gave me a few of the bigger, heavier antiques for me and my wife's new house. But he left all the small stuff for you because it would be easier to store, move around, or just sell. I know that, but I didn't know trading cards were worth anything. They're just small pieces of cardboard. Obviously, you didn't know. Dad told you before he died that if you ever needed money, you could sell his collections. I assumed if the time came that you ever needed to sell things, I'd come and help you with it. But then you decided to never speak to me again because of my accident. I had no idea. Well, I never thought you'd throw that stuff out. You knew those cards were part of Dad's collections. It's kind of funny. You threw me away, then you threw those cards away. Haha. They were in your old room. I thought they were yours. Mom, I moved out long ago. I live with my wife. I have everything of mine here. I have everything Dad left me in his will, too. I came back the other day to get the only things of mine that were still in that house. The fridge and the TV. Everything else in there is yours. Alex, please. You've got to go to the dump and try to get those cards back for me. Huh? No way. I'm in a wheelchair. I can't go there and do that. But you said they're worth over $100K! You can probably find them if you get there right away. I can't search around a dump in a wheelchair. Besides, cars are worth money based on condition. They were probably crushed in the back of the garbage truck. I can't see them being worth anything now. The plastic card cases they were in wouldn't protect them from a garbage truck's trash compactor. Stop making excuses and try. At least a few of them must have survived. Wait, I've got it. If you can get those cards back for me, I'll let you be my son again. Then I'll be able to help support you again. I don't need you to support me. I'm a grown man. What are you talking about? You're in a wheelchair. You can't do anything by yourself. I'm not by myself. I'm married. My wife is here. And you know what my job is, don't you? You know I'm a 3D sculptor. People hire me to make models and sculpts for everything from plastic miniatures for painting to scale prototypes of projects. I sit at a desk and use 3D sculpting software all day. I don't need legs to do that. There are tons of jobs where people just sit at a desk all day. I don't know why you think people in wheelchairs can't do anything. Huh? You mean, even though you had a big accident and you can't walk anymore, your income isn't going to change? Exactly. You really don't know anything about me, do you? In fact, I'll be getting a big settlement from insurance for this accident I had. I'll probably never need to work again. But I will, because I love my job. What? You're getting money from this accident? I didn't know all that. Well, it doesn't matter to you anyway. I'm not your son anymore. Alex! Why are you being so cold to your mom all of a sudden? Your dad died and you moved out. I'm all by myself. How about you and your wife come live with me? Come over for dinner tonight. Let's talk about it. No way. Do you think I'm stupid? Why are you saying that to me anyway? You're the one who wanted to cut all ties with me. Alex, please. Things are really tough for me. Thinking about my future now is making me really uncomfortable. I'm not surprised. I assumed it would. That's why I put the cards in a spot you'd easily see them in case you wanted to sell them. You were the one who went on a rampage and wanted to destroy anything you thought was mine. Honestly, I don't even feel sorry for you anymore. I've got it. How about you give me all the antiques that Dad left to you? I don't care if they're big and heavy. Huh? Why would I do that? Dad left those things to me and my wife. I'm not gonna get rid of them. I don't want you selling them for money. Those things are all I have left of Dad. He treasured those things, and I'm going to treasure them too. At least give me a couple of them. You don't want those old things sitting in your new house. They won't match anything. Giving them to me is your best option, don't you think? Your dad would be happy too, because you'd be helping me out. You just don't get it, do you? Anyway, I'm not giving you anything Dad left to me. And there's no way on earth me and my wife are gonna move in with you. From now on, I'm not even gonna reply to any of your messages. You're so insensitive. I can't stand talking to you anymore. I've got money left in the bank. I don't need you or those antiques Dad left you. Yeah, about that. Mom, you're relying too much on that money Dad left you. I think you need to get a job. What do you have left in the bank? How much is it? Like 100K? Yeah, so what? That's more than enough. How many people do you know with 100K in their bank account? I'm rich. Do you think you can live off of that for the rest of your life? Huh? It's 100K! Yeah, and how much do you spend now in a year? 20,000? Just do some simple math and you'll see that it's only gonna last you about 5 years. When Dad was alive and working, your standard of living was a little high. That's why he could afford to buy all those antiques and things. But that's impossible for you now. What are you saying? Are you saying I'm gonna have to cut back on my spending even more than I am now? I can't do that. I've got 100K in the bank. There are so many things that I want to buy. But Mom, planning is the most important thing in life, remember? I know you can do it, Mom. Oh, and by the way, don't even think about coming to live with us. We don't let strangers into our house. Alex, wait. I'm not a stranger. We're family. Let's talk about this. Alex! Mom, I'm paralyzed, remember? Having one less family member to worry about will make things a lot easier for me. You've got the rest of Dad's inheritance to do whatever you want with, and I've got a wife who loves me and will help take care of me. It's a win-win, isn't it? After that, my mom rushed to the dump by herself. Apparently, the people at the dump didn't give her permission to go looking around by herself, so she snuck in. The police were called, and by the time they dragged her out of the dump, she was covered in garbage and stunk to high heaven. The police assumed she was off some sort of medication or something, so they brought her to my house. But I explained to them that we've cut all ties to each other, and that I wouldn't be taking responsibility for her. The police had no choice but to take her back to her house, as it was clear they didn't want her stinking up their lockup area even for one night. A few days after that, my wife and I returned home to find quite a surprise. When we opened our door, it looked as if a tomato had gone through the inside of our house. We had been broken into, but I knew that it was my mom who had broken in and was looking around for anything of value that my dad had left me. I swear my mom doesn't listen to anything anyone tells her, because I told her that Dad left all the small things to her. Nothing of mine was taken, because all the antiques I got from Dad were way too big for my mom to move by herself. But my mom had tested my patience to their limit, and I decided to call the police on her for breaking into my house. When the police came and picked her up for the second time within a week, they explained how serious the consequences for breaking and entering could be if I proceeded to press charges. My mom realized that I was serious and that she needed to back off. And she seems to be leaving me alone now, at least for the time being. It's possible that I might decide to start speaking to her again someday in the future. But as for now, we've put our house up for sale, and we're going to be moving away without telling her where we're moving to. I'm changing my cell phone number too. That way, I won't have to worry about her not talking to me ever again and messaging me every few days.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Katie, evening. I transferred Hazel's school fees to your account just now. Could you make sure you've received it, please?
Oh, hi, Gus. You're a day early, no?
Yeah, I've got a busy day tomorrow, so I've decided to send it to you ahead of time.
Business trip?
Yeah, to Colorado.
Okay. See, it's a good thing that I've got full custody of Hazel, isn't it? If you had taken her, or if we had that 50-50 custody, then I'd be taking her in most of the time anyway.
No, that's not fair. We have talked about this before. If I had full custody of her, I'd hire someone to take care of her while I was away. Or I'd arrange my work so I wouldn't be gone as often.
Well, I guess we'll never know now.
To be honest, this is so unreasonable. I still don't agree with all of these arrangements. You're the one who had an affair, and I'm getting punishment by having Hazel taken away from me? How does that even make sense? How is it that you get to have her all to yourself? No, I'll tell you what. I got a crappy lawyer. That's what it was.
You sure did. But regardless of that, the outcome would have been the same either way. The judge would have deemed you unworthy of taking care of a teenage daughter.
Well, had it been a male judge, things could have been different.
Oh, no, I doubt that. What about your work? Like you said yourself, you've got another business trip tomorrow. How many times have you gone this month? And what if you hire a babysitter and say she's not around? You can't ask anyone else but me anyway.
I'll ask someone else.
Both of your parents aren't here anymore. Your sister and her family lives far away from where you are. Where was it? Somewhere in Canada, right?
Yeah, Banff.
See? Even if you had won the custody battle, you couldn't handle it. This is a fair deal and a decent arrangement, Gus.
Me sending you $3,000 per month for Hazel is a fair deal, is it?
Sure it is.
And in exchange for what? I only get to see her once a month, and that's if I'm lucky. That is not what I call fair.
Well, that's the arrangement now, so deal with it. I'm fine with it, and so is Hazel. It's not like we take it for granted, you know. We do appreciate the money.
You have a funny way of showing it, Katie.
Well, I'm telling you now that we do, okay?
As long as she's happy and she's getting her needs met.
She sure is. She's lucky to have a father like you.
By the way, are you allowing Hazel to have her own phone yet?
A phone? No. Why? Oh my god, have you been in touch with her?
No, I only see her once a month, I just told you. But she's 15. Shouldn't she have one like all the other kids her age? My colleague's daughter is about the same age as her, and she seems to make good use of it. He can get in touch with her whenever he wants. And he can know exactly where his daughter is to make sure that she's safe and all.
I don't think she's that interested. She hasn't said anything to me, at least. She's book smart. She doesn't believe in technology. As long as she has her books, she's one happy girl.
You're sure about that?
Of course. I think I'd know her better than you would.
Well, just think about it. Think about getting her one. I'll pay for it. I just think it's best for her safety. We can apply parental control in it so that she can avoid unwanted risks and that.
Listen, okay, I have to go to work now.
It's almost 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's called a night shift.
Oh, okay, at the diner?
Yeah,
Okay, well, just give it some thought, will you?
sure, will do, but I'm telling you it's not gonna happen.
Okay, send my love to Hazel, please.
Okay, bye now.
Hey, Dad. Sorry it's late to text, but are you awake? It's me, Hazel.
Hazel? Did you finally get a new phone?
Yeah, I got one ages ago.
Ah, you did? I had no idea. Your mom never gave me your number.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but Mom wasn't happy about it. Maybe that was why.
Oh, really? Why not?
I mean, she only got it for me because I got my best friend to help me out.
What does that mean?
Well, I got her to bug her mom to persuade my mom to get one for me. All my friends have one, so it was annoying to just not be able to get in touch with me when they wanted to invite me to things, right? So if my mom was talked into it, I thought she might be more inclined to get one for me. And it worked. But she was mad about it for a few days. She gave me the silent treatment and everything.
Ah, sorry to hear that, kiddo, but look on the bright side. Now you have a phone.
Yeah, exactly. And I got your number off of Mom's phone. I hope that was okay.
Of course it is. You are welcome to call me or text me anytime, kiddo. And I'm glad that you have a number so that I can reach out to you too. The last time that I spoke to your mother, she told me that you weren't interested in getting a phone. That you don't believe in technology or something.
That's a total lie, Dad.
Well, I knew there was something funny about that. A teenage kid who doesn't want a phone? Are you kidding me?
I think she told you that because she didn't want me to get in touch with you, you know.
Do you think so?
Oh, definitely, Dad. She hates it when I talk about you, so imagine what she'd do to me if she found out we were calling and texting each other.
I guess, but why shouldn't I be able to talk to my own daughter?
Right?
Oh boy, and I'm sorry that you're in the middle of all of this, kiddo. You don't deserve this.
Well, I'd rather have my parents be divorced than have parents who argue all the time around me. Look on the bright side, right?
That's my girl.
By the way, speaking of that, I have a question about child custody rules. Is it true that kids older than 14 are allowed to choose which parent to live with?
Wow, I didn't expect that kind of question from you, kiddo. But yes, you're right.
Yes!
The age depends on each state, but where you live in New Mexico, it's 14. But why do you ask?
Dad, I want to live with you. Can I?
What?
I just can't live with Mom anymore. I just can't, Dad.
Hold on.
I mean it. If you can give me a corner somewhere in your room or living room or wherever, I'll sleep there. I swear I'll sleep in your toilet if I have to.
Don't be silly. I'm not gonna let my daughter sleep in the toilet. But hold on, Hazel. What's up? Why all of a sudden?
I'll pay rent, Dad. I'll cook and do the laundry and everything. Just please.
Okay, whoa. Hazel, just calm down.
I'll do anything. I'll deal with all the paperwork to transfer schools in Texas and stuff.
Whoa, hold on there. You know that I'll be moving to Texas soon?
Yeah, I do. I've done all the research and everything. I'm so ready to do this, Dad. All you need to do is give me permission, please.
Hazel, you've got to explain to me why you're telling me all of this all of a sudden. What happened at home? Does your mom know about this?
Dad, you don't understand.
Try me, Hazel. You have got to explain it to me first.
Mom has a new boyfriend. I'm sorry, but she does.
Okay, well, no worries there. I knew this would happen sooner or later. So, it's no surprise to me, kiddo.
Okay, well, I hate him. I hate him for making Mom say things to me that she doesn't mean. And she's turned into this horrible person. I feel like I just don't know her anymore. She always tells me to leave the house whenever he's around. She literally thinks I don't exist when he's there. It's always Johnny this and Johnny that. I'm her daughter, Dad.
Whoa. I know, sweetie. I know.
Dad, I even work part-time now, and I've increased my shifts just so that I can have somewhere to go to when she kicks me out of the house. I can earn more cash, which is great, but sometimes I just want to stay in my room and chill. And, maybe, do homework or something?
Oh my god. Honey, I had no idea this was going on. I can't believe she's making you go through this.
And guess what, Dad? Since, a few weeks ago, he started staying over at our house more. Maybe 3 times now, and it's not even been 2 weeks. This is just going to get worse for me. Do you get why I want to leave now, Dad?
So what happens then? Don't tell me they kick you out at night too.
They do, Dad, they do. I stay over at Mrs. Anderson's house, and she's a nice neighbor, and she lives across the street from us.
What? You're staying the night over at a stranger's house?
No, she's real nice, Dad.
I don't care. You don't know her well enough to stay the night at her place.
Well, I kind of feel bad about it, too. So I decided to ask my best friend Linda to let me stay over at hers next time.
There shouldn't be a next time though, Hazel. Oh my god, I need to speak to your mother. What does she think she is doing? This is gonna traumatize her.
Also, I told her to at least tell me when he's going to come around to stay the night. At least that way I can ask Linda in advance. Otherwise it'll be rude for her and her family, right? I can't just intrude and show up randomly unannounced.
Yes, but honey, you shouldn't even have to do that to begin with. You shouldn't even be thinking about that kind of stuff. That's your house. Your rules, right?
Well, it's Mom's house, technically. I just live in it.
Oh my god, Hazel, what has she done to you? You sound like you've been brainwashed. Listen, I am not gonna let this happen anymore. I'm gonna talk to her about this, okay?
Dad, I need to tell you something else.
Oh no, what is it?
Don't get mad. I'm just trying to explain this to you. That's what you said you wanted me to do, right?
Yeah, right, sure. I'm not mad at you, Hazel. I'm just mad at the situation you're in. So, what is it?
Well, you know how I told you I work part-time? I have 3 different jobs, right?
3? What do you need 3 jobs for?
Well, I need to eat, Dad.
Eat? Are you kidding me?
I need to pay for school, too.
What? Hazel!
I've lost almost 12 pounds in the last few months, and that's me not on a diet, Dad. I'm seriously short in cash, and I need proper meals, like what Mom used to cook for us before she met that idiot new boyfriend.
Hazel, I gave your mother money. I send her $30,000 every single damn month. Where's that money then?
You do? Mom told me you didn't send us money at all. That you're always behind on custody fees. Your company is about to go bankrupt or something.
What? That is bogus. We're not going bankrupt. She is lying, Hazel. That cow, it's all a god-darn lie. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that about your mother.
It's okay, Dad. She really is a cow. I can't believe you've been sending us that much money and she's been lying about it to me.
She's just a money-sucking cow. Oh, sorry, honey.
No, seriously, it's fine, Dad. I want out, though. You see why I'm begging you to take me instead?
Yeah, I understand, kiddo. Listen, I have the day off tomorrow, okay?
Dad, it's Saturday tomorrow.
Alright, whoops. Okay, so let's meet and we can talk about what we'll do then. We'll figure something out together.
Sure, Dad. Thank you.
Meet me at the Starbucks. You know the one that we always used to go to. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Sure.
And make sure your mom doesn't find out, okay? Would 12 p.m. work for you?
Yep.
Okay then, see you there, kiddo.
All right, Dad. Love you so much.
Love you too, kiddo.
Hey, Dad. Thanks for yesterday. I appreciate it. Hope you know that.
Hey, kiddo. You're welcome to stay over at mine any day, anytime. Alright? I mean it.
Sure. Thanks, Dad.
So, have you decided what you're gonna do for tonight?
Yeah, Linda's mom said it was okay to have me go there tonight.
Oh, great. Good thing I spoke to her and her husband on the phone then.
Yeah, I think that definitely helped. I didn't know they were concerned about me as well. I didn't know that Linda spoke to them about me.
Well, I'm sure she was just being a good friend.
Yeah, she's definitely my best friend.
Nice. You should always keep a good friend like that by your side. And never forget to be a good friend to her as well.
I am, Dad, and I will make sure I do.
Okay, so remember everything that we talked about yesterday, right? Everything will start rolling during your summer break, okay?
Yep, I remember everything, Dad. I know you're super busy, Dad, so thanks for this.
Ah, no need to be so polite, kiddo. You know I'll do anything for you. You come first, then work, okay?
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything else, okay? I'll come and fly over there. Watch me.
Okay, Dad, thanks.
Love you, kiddo.
Love you too.
Go on, tuck yourself into bed then.
I'm 15, Dad. I don't need to suck myself into bed.
You're always my little girl, no matter how old you are, Hazel.
Yeah, whatever, Dad. Anyway, good night then.
Night-night.
Gus, what in the world did you tell Hazel, huh? You spoke to her, didn't you? I know you did. Tell me everything you said to her.
Hey, Katie, what do you want?
Why is Hazel telling me that she no longer wants to live with me, huh? She's telling me she wants to live with you. I'm the one who has full custody of her. Me, not you. So stay out of this.
She's my daughter too, Katie. And if she wants to stay with me, then so be it.
You can't do that, you idiot. That's the whole point of going through the court to make this legal. I have full custody. Full custody. So you can't have her.
You didn't know that in New Mexico, kids over the age of 14 can make their own choice as for which parent to live with.
What the heck? You're lying. There's no such thing.
I even told you during our divorce. Both of our lawyers were there. Don't you remember this?
That was bogus.
She is 15. She can make that decision for herself now, Katie.
But they don't know anything about how often you go off on your business trips or how much of an absent father you'll be. They know nothing. You might have money, Gus, but you can't buy time with it. And you can't buy my daughter with your money.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. My work is actually settling down now. We've set up a separate department and hired more people. Meaning, I can offload some of my work to other people, allowing me to have more time outside of work. I can leave the office at 5 p.m. as usual.
And what about your business trips to other states and all that?
Yep, that's all included too. I've got juniors who will go on these business trips now. And guess what? My sister and her family have decided to move to Texas too. Oh, hang on. I haven't told you yet, have I?
Told me what?
That I've already moved to Texas.
What?
Yeah, and my sister and her family are moving close by too. So, if I need help around the house, taking care of Hazel, they're there for us. Only a phone call away.
Okay, so what?
So, I have the money and the right environment to take care of Hazel myself, over here in Texas.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't say anything. We'll see what the courts have to say about that.
Sure, why not? There's no chance you'll win this one now anyway.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Why don't you tell me first about how you've been spending the money that I've been sending you for Hazel? Where is it going to? Expensive designer handbags? Nice dresses? Holidays? Or is it on that airheaded idiot of a boyfriend of yours?
What? Are you crazy? Are you seriously telling me that I'm wasting your money?
That's exactly what I think you're doing, Katie.
That money is going toward Hazel's school fees, subway fees, lunch money, her clothes, and everything for her. Just stop talking already, Gus. You're embarrassing yourself.
Oh, wow. That's rich of you to say. I'm embarrassing myself now, am I?
Yes, so stop typing back. Just tell me what you want and get on with your day. Go away.
I want to know how you've been spending my money, Katie. It's a simple question.
And I told you, she goes to a private high school, and that's expensive too. It goes towards that.
And is that the truth? You do realize that Hazel and I have been in touch regularly, right? Are you lying to me, straight to my face, knowing that I know the truth already?
What the heck? What would you know? What would she know how much everything costs? She doesn't care. She's just being a teenager, caring about boys and makeup and whatnot.
Then show me the receipts from her school, Katie. I want to see the payment and how much it costs per term.
What? Why would you need that?
To see if you're telling the truth, of course. I also happen to know that Hazel goes to school on her bike. So I know she doesn't take the subway unless she's out with her friends.
Well, that's what I meant.
Then how do you explain the fact that she has 3 part-time jobs, Katie? 3! She shouldn't even have to have 1 part-time job at her age. She should be focusing on her studies and exams and whatnot. Why the hell is she working so much, huh? She says she doesn't have the money when I send you $30,000 every single damn month without delay. Where is my money, huh?
Calm down, Gus. Jeez, just let me explain.
Go on, I'm listening. Go on.
I'm thinking.
Thinking about what? How to lie to my face again?
No, stop it with the block letters. It's scaring me.
Well, damn right you should be scared, Katie. You want to know what the last straw for me was? When I saw her the other day.
You saw her in person?
Yes, well done, genius. That's what I just said. She had lost so much weight. She looked emaciated. When I asked her about it, she said you weren't cooking her anything. You've been starving her. Don't you care about her at all? You have no right to be her mother, Katie. No right.
She's on a diet, for God's sake. She didn't tell you. She fancies this boy in her class, and she just wants to impress him or something. I don't know. You know how girls can be like that at her age, right?
No, Katie, that is nonsense. I spoke to her, and it wasn't like that at all. You're lying straight through your teeth again. And she fancies a boy? Like you're not the one who's been bringing around some dude to stay the night and kicking her out of the house. Seriously, what kind of parenting is this?
Shoot. You know about that? What else did she tell you?
Oh, enough for me to take this to court and sue you, you cow.
Sue me? No, you can't do that, Gus.
Oh, watch me, Katie. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this and watch you burn in hell. Just watch me.
What? So what do you think you're going to do, huh? You can't do anything all the way in Texas, can you?
Hazel won't be going back to live with you anymore. I told her to pack her things and leave already.
What? I just went to her bedroom and she's not there. Her things aren't here. What do you think you're doing?
She's with me now. And she's gonna live with me for however long she wants to. Oh, I'll take it up with the courts, Katie. You wanna fight me for her? I'll fight you back real hard, just you watch me.
What? No! You can't do this to me. What about her school?
The paperwork is done already. She'll be transferring to a good school over here.
No, I need her. I need the money too. The child support.
You work too, don't you? At the diner, was it? That should be enough for you, right? Let your boyfriend take care of the rest.
No, he doesn't have a job.
Oh, well done. You got yourself a sweet deal there, huh?
No, please, Gus, I can explain.
No, I've heard enough. I'm just wasting my time and energy here. You're gonna pay me back every single dime on whatever you wasted my money on. You can get a lawyer and do this with him. I am done and you're screwed, Katie.
No, please, Gus. I don't have that kind of money. That's a lot.
You bet it's a lot, you cow. I was the one working with my blood, sweat, and tears to provide for Hazel. And you spent it. So you don't have to tell me that that's a lot of money. Like I said, get a lawyer. I am done here.
Wait, Gus. Let's talk in person. Gus, please. When are you free? We can talk over the phone if you want. Gus? You can't do this to me, please. Give me my Hazel back to me. I need her. Gus!
I made sure that Hazel was first and foremost in safe hands with me. We planned this when we met up the other day. And we made sure that she moved here with me during her summer break so none of this would interfere with her studies. She's been enduring the abuse from her mother for too long, so it was about time she moved out of that house and came to me. From now on, she lives with her dad and no one else. Hazel seems pretty happy with the arrangement, so I'm nothing but relieved. The paperwork to transfer the child custody to me is also in the works, and it'll be finalized pretty soon. The only sad thing is that she misses her best friend Linda, but I made sure that she has the money to go and see her whenever she wants. So hopefully that'll make up for it. All I'm concerned about is whether my ex-wife will try to reach out to either of us to get Hazel back into her den. But you know that I'm not gonna let that happen, right? I'm her father, and I'm gonna make sure she's safe for as long as I live. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like it and see you in the next one. Well, it's finally the end of another year for me. This time was pretty gosh dang long though.
I see. Well, good work this year.
That's it?
Huh?
I want to hear more from you than just that, you old lady.
Well, in your case, you're an old man as well. Seems that once again you're going to find some way to try and come after me for my age, huh?
Oh, shut up, Joyce. I at least have the dignity to use some pretty good hair growth formulas to help me look younger again. Even after just 1 week, I've noticed 50 new hairs starting to grow back.
Well, it's been 35 years now that we've been married, so us growing old at the same time is natural.
So that's how you see it then? Well, I've been trying my best to stay with you this long.
And I feel the same way with you.
You've only been my housewife this whole time, so don't act like you've had as much of a hard time as I did.
But right now you don't have a job. And as for me, I had times where I'd work a part-time job here and there to help us make extra money.
Yeah, and that all adds up to you working about 4 years total while we've been married. Unlike you, I had started working as a businessman all the way before we got married. And ever since then, I've been working in the same company all the way up until now.
And that's why I said good job to you for finally coming to retirement.
Well, today I'm gonna go out and drink before coming home.
But weren't you coming home to eat burgers with me? I even bought a case of your favorite beer so we can celebrate.
This is gonna be all of my coworkers and managers throwing a party for me at a girls' bar downtown, and I'd really like to be there to say one final goodbye to all of them.
What?
They said that the point of a girls' bar is to melt away all the years of stress I built up while working in the company. They do it for all the employees that make it to retirement there.
Well, since today was your final day, I wanted you to come home to me so I could celebrate with you. I already got everything prepared for you and I've been waiting. Are you really going to blow me off now?
Who cares, Joyce? I'll just eat those burgers you made tomorrow for breakfast and lunch.
Well, I wanted to do biscuits and gravy for breakfast tomorrow. You can't have burgers in the morning anywhere, or else you'll have troubles on the toilet later in the day.
Stop acting like I'm some old geezer that has all these body problems. Stop treating me like I have the same run-down body as you.
Well, if you want me to stop treating you like your age, then I ask that you at least don't go to any more strip clubs after tonight.
I'm gonna get a huge package from the company, so I'll have all the money in the world to go out and play with.
What are you talking about, Brad? We still have many years together with each other, so you can't just burn all that money on fun and games.
Stop trying to spoil my fun.
I'm just telling you the facts here.
Okay. Anyway, how has Gabby been doing?
She's your daughter as well, you know. Why not just ask her yourself?
She's getting close to being 30 years old now, right? Does she have herself a good caring man yet?
I just asked you to please ask her yourself. You still have all her contact information, right?
Anytime I try calling or texting her, she never answers me and just leaves my messages unread. Even though she always seems to like texting you.
Maybe she just hates you then. You have always acted like you had better things to do than focus on her, so she must have given up on being your daughter.
Well, it's not my fault for being the dad in the house and having to work all the time.
And that's your excuse for skipping out on her high school graduation night?
I just didn't feel like being around you guys all day, and yet again I had to focus on work. Anyway, I was just thinking that when I eventually do get really old, I'm gonna need her back with me to take care of me when I'm all fragile and senile.
Right now, you shouldn't be talking like that.
Well, I just made it to the bar. Now I'm gonna head in and have a wonderful night with all these young women.
Please don't get too carried away.
Dad's getting retired now, right?
Yep, he's really acted like he's some big shot because of it, though. All I did was say good job to him, and he acted like that wasn't enough for all the work he put in.
You really have to deal with a man-child, huh, Mom? I can't even begin to think of still hanging around a dad like him. So I'm sure life has been kicking your butt having to care for him.
Well, I was the one that chose that man. And I guess that was because at the time, he wasn't such an awful person to be around. And even now, he may be insufferable at times, but he hasn't really done anything that's gone way out of line. Well, except one thing.
Him cheating?
Well, he tends to go to strip clubs more often than I'd like. But hopefully after last night, he'll be done with all that.
Hey, Mom. I have something I'd like to talk to you about.
Yep, what's that?
Well, maybe it's better that I don't tell you.
Well, you've already gotten me interested, so please tell me.
I'm not 100% sure about this, but a little bit ago I saw someone that looked like Dad, and he was with a young girl walking together down the street.
Huh?
I'd only seen the two of them from behind, but I'm pretty sure the man I saw was Dad.
Really? It wasn't just one of the girls from the bar or something he was with?
I'm not really sure about that. Well, she seemed to be really young and was a bit on the gaudy side.
You're kidding, right? Oh, I was really hoping that he wasn't going to take any girls out.
I'm sorry. There's still a chance that who I saw wasn't Dad with some young girl, so it's better that you just forget this.
Did you talk with your dad about this yet?
Why would I ask him? And even if I did, he'd probably just treat me like an idiot and lie or something.
Right. I'm sure if I were to ask him about this, he'd do the same thing.
Well, if you really are worried about this, maybe you can contact some people about him and see what they all say. Do a little investigating, perhaps.
Well, even if I did want to look into it more, I don't know where to even start. Well, what are you going to do then? Well, for the time being, when your dad gets home today, I'll take a moment to ask him about this. I'm sure he'll get angry with me, though.
All right. You just know that this could be all a mistake on my part and that person wasn't even him.
I know. Thank you for letting me know about this, Gabby. I'll get back in touch with you later.
Just know that whatever he tries to do to you, I'll always be here to back you up.
Gabby, something that I never could have imagined has happened.
What's that?
Well, your dad just got home a second ago, and... well,
What's wrong? Did he hurt you?
no, not physically or anything.
Then what?
He brought a young girl back home with him.
Huh?
And that's not all he has done. He even brought home some divorce paperwork with him. He even went ahead and started to fill everything out for me.
What the heck?
He says that as he goes into retirement, he sees himself with a much younger woman and no longer needs a grandma like me around, and that's why we're getting divorced. And after leaving the papers with me, he ran off somewhere with that young woman.
That frickin' loser! I am going to go out looking for him right now, and I'll show him what happens when he hurts my mom.
Wait. If you had to get taken into custody by the police for doing something crazy to your dad, I'd never be able to forgive myself.
But we can't let him get away with this. You would even help care for that monster over 35 years now, and he plans to just stab you in the back now?
I am not going to forgive him for this, Gabby. I was even starting to imagine myself grabbing a kitchen knife and stabbing those two when he first started saying all that crap to me.
Wait, hold on, Mom.
I was getting so worked up in that moment that I could have done anything to those two.
I know, but you can't go out stabbing people like that.
Don't worry, I won't. I think he has just made a really huge misunderstanding is all.
Huh?
He said to me that all of that retirement money is going to go to him as well as the package he got from the company, but he'd be willing to pay any settlement to me that I ask for since he has all the money now.
And?
I think that he is mistaken about any settlements as well. That's why I chose not to stab him and that girl in the end. I think I'm just going to hand in these divorce papers and then let him run off.
That seems like the only good option now, huh? But I still think you should get some evidence from this to show that he cheated on you before the divorce. And you'll at least have something to hold against him in case things become worse between you guys.
All right. Also, I have something that I'd like to ask of you. Do you think you can let me come stay over at your place for a little while? I don't want to be in this house any longer.
Of course! I was thinking of saying the same thing to you.
Thank you. And just to be sure, this is not me saying that I'm going to let a man like that win, especially after the things he's done to me.
I know. I think that this is where I'm drawing the line and no longer calling him my dad.
And Gabby, I'm sorry things had to turn out this way between your parents.
Why the heck are you apologizing to me? We both know that the one who needs to apologize is Brad.
That's right.
Who even cares about him retiring? If anything, I want to be congratulating you for having to put up with that child for so long.
Thank you so much. I'm going to start getting all my things packed and ready to go, and please don't feel like you need to do anything special for me while I stay at your place.
Okay.
I see that you decided to run off to Gabby's place to stay for a while, huh?
Why do you know that?
I just got a text from Gabby herself saying that you'd be staying with her now.
I see. Well, it doesn't matter now because I've already handed in the divorce paperwork.
Oh, you getting that done that fast is perfect.
I won't be coming back to that apartment anymore, by the way, so you'll be on your own paying the rent for that place?
I was already planning on it before you even brought it up. And now I'll have my new girl here to help me.
Great. But will you be okay?
What do you mean by that?
Having to pay for that place's utility fees on top of the rent with only your retirement money could get pretty tight, right?
How many times do I have to say this to you? I'm gonna have all sorts of money with my retirement in the package I've gotten from the company. However, it will take 1 to 2 months for all of that to get to me. What?
I knew it. You really have made a huge mistake, Brad.
Huh?
You will be getting retirement money and all that, but do you even know how much you'll be getting every month?
I'm thinking around $200,000 or so in total. I was a great businessman after all for the company and made sure to keep a 401k with them.
Have you checked with that company to make sure of that?
I don't have to. Seems pretty selfish of me to walk in there after I'm already gone asking about my money.
You're such an idiot. There is no way you'd be getting $200,000 from that company as your retirement package on top of whatever else you get.
Huh? Well, I guess $200,000 is a bit much, but somewhere in the ballpark of $150,000 is right?
When you got married to me, there were short times where you left your work and picked up a part-time job saying you'd be back with them after a few months, right?
And what about that?
I know that you'd been an employee within that company for a long time, but with all the times you left to try something new or take a break from work, how long do you actually think you were with that company?
Well, the last stretch was 10 years or so.
Then that would mean you'll only be getting around $10,000 from them.
Huh? Why would that happen? I looked into all of this before I retired.
How?
I looked up on Google the amount of money a businessman would make in their retirement from their company after around 35 years of being there. And that's where I learned I'd be getting around $200,000.
That's for people that never took half-year breaks from the company they worked for to take time off to work for another part-time job. In your case, your last 10 years were the longest you ever worked there, and so that's where you'll be getting your retirement from.
Are you serious about me only getting $10,000?
Yeah, since you had left so many times on those so-called breaks, your retirement was restarted since the company had to technically rehire you every time you came back to them. So yeah, $10,000 seems about right.
But if that happens, then all of my plans are going to really hit a brick wall.
You said that you plan to have fun with that young woman and live together, right? Even if you're not going to have to pay a settlement to me, you're still not going to make it very far with that $10,000 package and whatever else you get in retirement.
I'll still be able to pay for you if you try and ask me for anything.
Well, I wasn't planning on asking, but since you seem to think you can pay a settlement off that I ask for, would you like to know how much my lawyer said I could get?
Probably around $5,000.
Is that the number you got from Google as well?
No, that's what I heard from one of my coworkers that's gotten a divorce. He said he had to pay his ex $4,000.
Normally, the settlement in a divorce case is based on how long the married couple was together for. And of course, the reason for the divorce also weighs in on the amount one owes.
Then are you saying I'll have to pay you more?
We have been together for over 30 years, and the reason for the divorce was because you cheated on me. So that will come out to around $30,000 if I choose to get money from you.
What? You've added an extra zero in there somewhere.
Now, don't get all worked up, Brad. You told me you'd be able to pay off however much I asked for from you before, right?
Now just wait. With just the package, I'll still be paying $20,000 in the negative after paying you?
So you can do math after all.
I'm gonna take back everything I said earlier. I will not be paying any money to you.
Paying me or not paying me isn't something you get to decide here. And if you think you can fight me in court, just know that I had investigated into you a little bit, and I've got a lot of evidence against you, so don't even bother lying.
What the hell, Joyce? You did all of that behind my back?
With the help of Gabby, of course. And right now, she just got back. She says she has something she'd like to say to you.
Huh?
What's up, old man?
Gabby? Is that you?
Isn't it a bit embarrassing to be cheating on Mom with other women at such an old age? I'm surprised you'd do that to Mom after all the years of having to clean up your messes and looking after you. This has to be one of the worst backstabbings I've ever heard about in such a long time.
Well, no, I just happened to get a little carried away when I saw that I could be getting $200,000 from retiring.
This isn't the time to joke around, Brad. I'm going to let you know this now since Mom is no longer around you. But the day you walked into the house with your little dressed-up girlfriend asking her to divorce you, Mom was thinking of grabbing a kitchen knife and stabbing the both of you.
Huh?
But she knew you had made a huge misunderstanding, and instead of getting herself put in prison for that, she just let you find out how bad you screwed up on your own. Aren't you so glad this was all because of you being an idiot and not because you thought you were better than Mom?
What?
And by the way, Brad, I've already disowned you from being my dad.
Huh?
Just thinking that you were once my dad makes me sick to my stomach.
Wait a second, Gabby. Who's gonna be around to look after me as I become an old man in another 10 years?
I don't care. I know better than to ever let myself into that position because you'd probably treat me the same way as you treated Mom, and I'm not into that.
But you shouldn't care what happened between your mom and I because me and you have a different relationship.
Ugh, you really are the perfect person to be called the idiot of the year. If you're so worried about not having anyone to care for you when you can't wipe your own butt anymore, why not just have your young girlfriend do it for you?
I just asked her and she said she won't do that.
Right? After all, that girl already has another boyfriend that she's focused on.
What?
She used to work at a strip club and is named Mary, right? I was able to find all sorts of things about her online.
Stop trying to make me doubt her. There's no way Mary has another man.
Don't you think she only came close to you so that she could get her hands on that retirement money of yours? You must have told her about the $200,000, right?
Huh? As I was focused on this conversation, it seems Mary ran off somewhere. She was just sitting next to me watching our conversation, and now she's gone.
I bet she ran away from you. Well then, I'm doing the same thing because I don't want anything to do with you anymore, Brad. I'm handing the phone back to Mom now.
Oh, wait.
Have you started to understand the situation you're in now?
I've learned that I really screwed up this time, and I am a huge idiot.
Good job, Brad. But I think it's too late to be understanding all of this now.
Joyce, can you at least rethink asking for that settlement?
Well, before I wasn't going to ask, but after this long conversation, I think I have to make sure you learn your lesson.
Well then, can you at least ask Gabby to not cut ties with me, please?
Definitely not. Can't you give up on trying to mend the bridges you destroyed already?
Oh, please forgive me, Joyce.
I'd like you to enjoy the rest of your life becoming a very lonely old man, okay? Goodbye.
Wait, please, Joyce.
I got back in touch with my lawyer and told him to go ahead with the settlement for $30,000. That young girl, Mary, ran as far as she could away from the moneyless grandpa that had promised her so much. From there, Brad had to leave the nice apartment he had together and moved into a really old and narrow apartment on the east side of town. You might think this would have been the end for that geezer, but it turns out that he was able to find one of his older girlfriends and started stalking her. Of course, she found out really fast that he was always near her and soon had the police called to come carry him away. Brad really must love making people hate him or something because he just can't get enough of causing trouble. As for me, I'm now continuing to live with my daughter. I have found myself a new part-time job and was told that I could start looking for a new place of my own to move into, but said that she'd rather me just stay with her forever if it was all right. So I guess I can stay with her for a few more years and find new ways to enjoy my life without having to be tied to some rude old man. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.